We should go on now. Yes. Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you guys see? We are live. Meeting is now streamlined. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for bearing with us tonight. Of course, technical difficulties every now and then comes up. So this is where we are. You don't see it? It's, yeah, go back to Facebook. You don't see it?
Yeah, you've been streaming.
Yeah. No, but Kat says she doesn't see it. Oh, that's true. I don't see it either.
I got it.
You got it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got it.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hello, everyone. We want to apologize. Technical difficulties, but thank you guys for staying with us. And we appreciate it. All right.
I'm sharing right now, so give me a moment.
Mr. Mundy. Mr. Mundy is looking straight.
Are you guys sharing?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. People are coming in. Come on in, everyone. Come on in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Tonight's topic, guys. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see the topic tonight?
Yes.
No.
I'm always surprised by the title of the topic. So.
Why are you always surprised? I mean, you should get used to this. This topic is like, totally crazy, right? And so it's really unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. So Miss Kat, I know you are sharing, and I know we're coming a little late, so I do want to.
Yes. Okay. Yes, everyone, welcome. You want to? Yeah. So we're just gonna go ahead and kind of get straight into it then.
Yes.
Welcome, guys. Today is November 2nd. Unbelievable. So yeah, the year is just about done. So we're just happy, I guess, over here, making sure that we're okay, healthy. That's the most important thing. Feeling blessed. So we welcome you guys to the Maggie and Kattia show. And we ask that you guys participate. Again, we are going to apologize for the lateness, as Coach said, difficulties. So please share on your page, share with your friends, just share. Yeah, Coach, the topic, and I just want to let you guys know, as usual, this is our opinion. So we always want you to be mindful if you have kids at a certain age, see if you want to watch them, because it is considered an adult show.
Yes.
So with that being said, we welcome you back, Coach. Good to see you. We missed you last week.
Thank you. It's so nice to be back. I did get all the love that was sent to me, and people reaching out, checking up on me. I got texts, I got message on Messenger. It was and also on Facebook. So thank you, everyone. Last week, unfortunately, I had I've been dealing with some things lately, and I needed to do a procedure. Whether I forgot that it was going to be this week, or I just purposely, forgot that it was going to be last week. So surprisingly enough, when the doctor comments, says, okay, everything is scheduled for Wednesday, I was like, shocked. So yeah, that's why I wasn't there. But I have to say that my team, like I told Manzi, I don't usually watch the show on video afterward. I'll just pick in, little bits and pieces of it. But last week I've watched it, and the engagement was crazy. There were so many people watching, and also my team.
We rock. We made you proud.
Teacher's happy.
We passed the class.
We passed, right? Yes.
Yes. So guess what? I have no problem taking a vacation.
Do your vacation from Wednesday to Monday or Tuesday. No, from Thursday to Tuesday. You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
All right,
But-
guys. So the title this week, Miss Kat. Oh my Lord. This is something.
What
you
is it, Coach? Please let me know what the title is.
The title is, can you love someone and also dislike them at the same time? And, you know, it was a conversation, right, with one of my clients, and we're talking about, you know, how much she loves, you know, her husband and how much she can't stand him. And so I asked myself, how many people actually feel that way? That you are in a relationship, you love this person, but at the same token, you do not like this person. So I wanted to bring this to everyone in my community so we all can talk about it. And I would love to hear from everyone. Have you ever find yourself in a relationship when you love that person, but you do not like that person? You know, not hate them, but you don't like them. You wouldn't want that person to be your best friend, but you love that person and go goo gaga, especially when you guys are in bed together, right? So I would love to hear from everyone.
What's Google Gaga?
Goo gaga is really when you are madly in love, like Monday is with his wife. Goo gaga.
Well. So we know.
You know,
Yeah,
they even wrote a song about that. It's a thin line between love and hate.
Yes.
True. That is true.
Dislike is like very close to hate. And I think in all relationship it happens. It does. I don't think anyone is excluded from it. It may not be a prolonged period of dislike. It could be, sometimes it comes from a disappointment, or the person didn't keep up with their promise that they promised you. It could be something about the person irritating you about a certain habit that they have. You love them, but I don't like what they do. I don't like how they treat me. I don't like the way they walk. It's just like that show we did last week, the pet peeves. And if you're so strong on your own pet peeves, you're not going to like the person because of certain things you don't like. So it's not usually, I think it's on that point, it's really you who has to know how much you're going to tolerate and really have to look at the other side of the thing. If the person is doing this, why are they doing this? So you have to speak to them. But I think it happened in every relationship. And some relationship, it might be you are better as a friend than you are as a lover. So you have this, what's the word? Confusing feeling about, why do I like this person and then yet I love this person and yet I don't like them? So it could be coming from anywhere. I remember one time I was a teenager and I was about the age of 16, 17. I used to go to a hairdresser, which was my girlfriend's mother. She was my best friend and her mom does hair, but the mom always angry with her. And one time I remember sitting in the salon and she says, I love my daughter, but I don't like her. It confused the hell out of me because I wasn't mature enough to understand, what is she talking about? You can't love someone and don't like them at the same time. It's just confusing. So for years, and you see up to now, I'm still remembering that topic. It's not until you really love someone, then you realize, yeah, it is possible.
Yeah,
Definitely.
And that question, yeah, sorry, Kat, that question is going to really, I think a lot of people watching the show, whether now or later, going to feel some type of connection with this topic. And I would love to hear from everyone. Please share your feedback. Let me acknowledge you. Oh my gosh, Don Pablo is here with us. So nice to see you. Don, I'm waiting for you in Florida. You know that, right? Reggie, mwah, so nice to see you. So nice to see you. Cynthia, thank you. Miss Vara, thank you guys. Belle Creole, my beautiful Belle Creole. She's so beautiful. Lisbeth, Lucia, and everybody else who's here with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Please share with us. Give us your feedback. Tell us what you're thinking about this topic. How do you feel? Have you ever been in a relationship where you are in love with this person and at the same time, you do not like that person? And what is it about that person that you don't like? Last week, I know we talked about the pet peeves. So it's beyond that. When you don't like something in someone, it's not because it just annoys you, but it really does something to you. I would love to hear what it does to you guys. So, we can have a better understanding, because that question, like I said earlier, it came to me from a conversation I was having with a client, and I realized that, wow, so many people can be going through this. So I'm asking you guys for your feedback, so at least I can understand how many people, at least, in my community is dealing with something like that. All right, so go ahead, Miss Kat. I know I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think it's in general, as Vanya said, I think it is something that is more or less normal, but we do have to be careful. If it's more often than not, then there's an issue.
Yeah.
So I would think that then you're not on what we would say a healthy relationship, because it's okay, for us not to like somebody at every once in a blue moon, because we're human, we irritate each other. But it can't be that often for me. I don't think, if you're in a relationship with someone, they just can't be irking you, 3 times in a week where you just don't like them. I think there's deeper issues there. And, so yeah, I think it is to a certain degree. Yeah.
Mr. Mundy, what do you think?
I love the topic. I love the conversation. It's actually one of the exercises that I often give to couples when they come to a therapy session. I will have them write a letter, and that letter they will have to describe everything that they like about their partner.
Yes.
And just write. Right. They can come up with examples after examples, and then out of the blue, when they least expect it, I want them to pull out that letter and read it to each other. Right. And they usually come back after that, to tell me, oh, the session where it was wonderful. They had a wonderful time and this and that, and they are sitting next to each other, happy and so forth. And I say, good. Now the next exercise is for you now to go and write a letter about all the things you dislike about your partner.
Yeah.
And often they come back to me not doing the homework.
Is it because that they're afraid it's going to turn into an argument?
Yeah.
Especially the husbands are usually the one to say, I didn't do it. And when you really question the motive behind it, you find yourself with a simple answer, or I just don't think my wife is capable of allowing me to really tell her exactly all of the things that I don't like about her. But most of the time, the women have no problem telling the men about their behaviors and things like that they don't like. However, I have to say, though, it is imperative for them, before they engage into the second scenario of writing that letter to each other about the things that they dislike, that they keep an open mind, because if they are walking on eggshell, usually that kind of exercise is going to expose them even more.
Yes.
And so I'm very careful about how I get them to do the exercise and explain to them there's no right or wrong. It's just we have to reach a point in the relationship where both of you can be bluntly honest. It's about being honest, right? Being open and being honest and being receptive to whatever your partner is trying to communicate to you. And in the process, they learn to listen,
Mhm.
right? Because that was the ultimate goal. Although they enjoy sharing with each other the things that they like and didn't like, but in reality, what I was shooting for, I was actually teaching them how to listen and how to process what your partner is saying to you in a way that is constructive. But yeah, I absolutely love this conversation.
Hmm.
I cannot wait to hear what everybody has to say. Let me see. Any feedback, guys? Welcome, Joanna. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, my father say it's deep, but I want to get some feedback. I want to hear what you guys think about the topic. Please give me some feedback, guys. Lucia, I see you. I see you. And Lisbeth, thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us. Give me some feedback. Tell me. Because I mean, I would be very surprised if everybody who's watching has not been into one of these situations. I mean, not that perfect, you know. So at some point, it doesn't have to be this person that you're with right now, but at some time in your life, you had a relationship, right, where you were madly in love and it felt good. And at the same token, this person, you couldn't, there's so many things about that person that you don't like, that you will say, I don't like you, but I love you.
Hmm.
Does it make sense, right?
Now, is it I don't like you, or is it I don't like certain things that you do? Because
Well,
I don't think you can love someone and not like that person. You may not like some of the things that they do,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
you can't say I don't like you, but I love you. You can't
Yes,
really do that
but
because
that's
love
what
is the ultimate expression. And
people,
so if you can love me, then there should be enough room and that love to like me.
Mhm.
so then the conversation was, I love my husband, but I do not like him. That was the conversation. So, I mean, although it really meant, I don't like that he does this, that. You know what I
Oh, yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Moment we tell the person, I don't like you, but yet we acknowledge we love that person.
Mhm.
So how do we balance the two? Because I mean, would eventually the like succeed, or would the love succeed? Because now you are dealing with two very strong emotions, and it depends on what day of the week it is, right? Or what side of the bed you get up from, or how you were touched last night. You might decide, okay, well, it's gonna be a good day or heck of a bad day.
So
So
that's what I was. Sorry, Coach. I guess that's what I was thinking. If you don't like the person, because I think in general there are things. Because I've said that, towards other people, where I could say if this person was not somebody that I care for
mhm,
because I didn't have a choice, they probably wouldn't be somebody I associate myself with
mhm,
because of characters or some things that they, some
yeah,
things about them that I just don't like.
mhm,
Um, but I think if it's your significant other, if it's something that is that drastic, that's a problem.
mhm,
Because I think then we're talking about we need to work on this. And if that's not happening, then that's going to continue to create issues in the relationship. I have to agree with what Mandy was saying. And like I was saying before, you may not like what the person is doing or did. You're not going to like everything about somebody,
yeah,
but it can be to the point where it is that much of a problem that it's like, oh my God, I can't stand him when he's like this.
mhm.
That's a problem to
It
me.
is a problem. It is, and it's happening, and sometimes we just do not understand the little things that create problems in relationships, right?
Mm.
Because we focus, okay, well, we go to work, we come home, we're gonna take care of the house, the kids, whatever it is. And then you go to bed, you have this routine. And then you realize over the years of complaining, I don't like that about this person. I don't like that about this person. And instead of you welcoming the love that exists between the two of you, because of life situation and because you're busy with other things, you start focusing on the things that you don't like. And that often leads to break up in the relationship. Because you eventually, which what I tell my clients, at some point of a time, you're going to forget that you love this man.
Mhm.
Because you are too focusing on the fact that he's not who you want him to be, but yet you're in love with him. And I'll be surprised if everybody here does not relate to this, that we all want to change something in our partner.
But yes,
Well, you may want to change, or you
That's-
may want something and your partner to change, but the fact that you want to change that in your partner, it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it.
Because the truth of the matter is, I only have control, and I'm going to use the word control. I only have control over myself,
That's it. That's
over
it.
the things that I do, the things that I say, the things that I don't do, and so forth.
Mm.
I don't have, as much as I wish or dream or think that I do, I don't have any control over what my wife does or doesn't do, because she is her own person. The key now is, if you remember, Coach, you always say this: when you are married, make sure you marry your best friend. Because
Yes.
sometimes I think we treat our best friends better than we treat our partner,
Thank you. Thank
right?
you.
And if this is my best friend, and
Mhm.
if my best friend articulates to me a
Mhm.
certain thing that she really doesn't like, or certain thing that causes her distress, right?
Mhm.
It is my obligation. I'm going to use that word. It is my obligation now to respond and think to myself, well, I don't want to cause my best friend distress. I'm
Mhm.
going to start working on that part of me, so that way I can make sure she is at ease around me whenever we are together, right? And those are the little things that you have to pay attention to yourself. Sometimes, unfortunately, you may have a relationship where it's only one person
Mhm.
who's doing
The work.
the changes, who actually want to make sure that they eliminate the distress in their partner's life, where the other person is just take, and then you get this unbalanced relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that happens. Give me 1 second. Let me just acknowledge some of the comments. Lucia says, for me, embarrassing me in public, talking down to me. And you know what? These are things that happen in almost every relationship, especially those that I work with my clients. These are things that people say, this person talked down to me. This person does not know how to treat me. We may have a good time today, but tomorrow, I don't know how this person's going to wake up. And it's not just on the women's side, but also the men also complain about these things. Becquerel said, if you just love, you don't have to like everything. That's true. But what I would add to this, Becquerel, I would say, okay, we have to accept people for who they are. The problem is we often want to change things that we don't like in our partner, but then resist the fact that our partner probably, does not like certain things about us, but then we do not want to change. So, I mean, that's why it's so important to have this conversation, because it's really for you guys to ask yourself, what in my relationship that I need to work on? What is it that I'm doing, that I need to, step back and say to myself, what is my contribution in making this either a success or failure? I really want you guys to think about this tonight.
And another thing is, you have to recognize, what is it that triggers you about that person when you say, I don't like that?
Mhm.
Instead of making it general, as if it's as Monday was saying, that when you concentrate so much about what you don't like,
Mhm.
and it becomes what you don't like become the bigger thing now.
Yeah.
And then the love take a back seat. So you have to be mindful and recognize, what is it that about that person that triggers you? As long as they're not doing something cruel or harmful to you, that you begin you dislike them. If it's anything as far as you have to figure out your emotion. What are they doing at that point when you said, I don't like that, you know? And then for you to know, how bad is it? And you have to speak to the person about it. But when you start saying, I don't like them, I don't like what they're doing, I hate them when they do that, then you're being too broad. So you're going to make that the bigger thing as opposed to love being the bigger things.
And then there are times too, you may have to work together with your partner, right? So let's say, for example, you are married to a 5-minute man, right? You know what I mean, right? So
All right, hold on. I'm sorry, Mandy.
let's say, I mean, listen, you can have great sex in 5 minutes.
At least it's
So
not 2
with
minutes.
this, right? And then some woman will say, you know what, that was 5 minutes and it was awesome. Now I can go back do the things that I need to do. Thank you very much. But
Well, maybe
it doesn't work.
the preceding, maybe the actual act is 5 minutes, but getting to that wasn't
But-
5.
Correct. But for those of you, right, who feels, okay, well, 5 minutes is not enough. You have to kind of understand again, this is your best friend. A conversation about a 5-minute man is not an easy one.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on the defense. So you may want to thread this topic gently. Perhaps, instead of 5 minutes, you can start bringing different ideas into the bedroom so that the 5 minutes you save that for the second round instead of the first round, right? So there are little things that you can do without even saying anything. So it's really, this is your partner, this is your best friend. I don't want to hurt him. She doesn't want to hurt me. But what can we do so that we both can get what we want? Sometimes it's not even saying something. It may be, okay, I'm going to teach him, right, how to do this without even saying, babe, you're not doing it right. That's not it, right? So you have to, right? Because if you say it that way to him, that's it. Little wee wee is
Game
not
over.
going up and it's over, right?
It's
Right?
a fight.
It's
fight,
over.
little friend.
So, thread gently. And there are some men, you can say it to him and it's no big deal, but for some, it's a big deal. Be careful. It's not what you say, it's really how you say what you say. And when you start working on goals, always have short-term goals, no pun intended on short. Always have short-term goals and always have long-term goals, right? The short-term
Unintended.
goals could be, for the next 2 weeks, we're going to try to get it from 5 minutes to 7 minutes, right? 7 minutes. For most people, it's like, are you kidding me? That's just 2 minutes. But that's 2 minutes that it didn't have, you guys didn't experience together before. And 7 minutes, 1 month from there can become 15 minutes, right? So it's just trying to figure out, how do I communicate to my partner my dislike in a way that will make him or her willing to want to work with me on those things.
Yeah. But you know what, Mandy, I'm going to add to what you just said, because at the same token, that topic, if you do not approach it carefully, can kill the man's desire. He might never want to try again because now you burst up his self-esteem and he's afraid that, he might not even hold 3 minutes now, because you're complaining the 5 minutes is not enough. So you can destroy the whole relationship. It's really important. It's so funny. Every time we go, regardless of what the topic is, we always come back to communication. And, we don't want to stay in there tonight too much, but be mindful as to, just like Mandy explained, if you're going to tell this man that he's a 5-minute man, be lucky because, some people don't have it at all, and a woman who's using a toy would be very happy to get a 5-minute man, right? We have to be honest. So I'm just practicing for Monty's room, because for those of you
I don't know, it all depends.
Monday has a room on Clubhouse. Monday, what day is your room on Clubhouse?
Saturday night from 8 to 10 p.m.
Let me tell you, I walked in that room the other day. I've been married how many Indian times that I can't remember, right? So I mean, that means I'm old enough and I'm mature enough and I should be able to, understand everything. I walked in Monday's room, 3 minutes later, I walked out. I ran. I didn't walk. I ran. I ran out of there. Let me tell you, if you guys, don't mind Mr. Mundy, yeah, he will give it raw. Raw.
Sometimes you need it raw, but and I do mean pun intended. But I'm going to read what Cynthia says. She says, the love succeeds if it is true love. However, communication does not always allow people to get past things that you don't like about that person.
Yeah.
Many times you have to look inside yourself. The person may or may not be for you. So that is very true. So we have to realize sometimes, like I was saying, if that dislike is to that extreme, if it's bothering you that much, it's that much of a problem for you, then the love is not there. The dislike is pushing the love away. Yeah. It could have been that you started out loving that person, but then as the dislike become more, it just takes over. It's just like a virus, and sometimes it just you have to stop it before it spreads too far.
And so how do you prevent that? You prevent that during the dating scene, right? The dating stage of your relationship. This is the time where you really need to look at certain behavior from that other significant other and say, is this something that I'm willing to tolerate from that person for the rest of my life? There are some behaviors that you really can say, you know what? This is not going to work for me. For example, someone who chew with her mouth open. I know for me personally, I cannot be married to that. Yeah. It's just going to be one of those things that will just drive me wild, as little as that is. So now you can imagine now if it's someone who's always criticizing you or always talk down to you or always make you feel that you are less than them and so forth. If you see that in your dating and the dating scene and that person, the truth of the matter is those behaviors, they are part of that person's personality. Exactly. And they are showing you, this is who I am. And you have a decision to make. It's better to make that decision now at this stage than to wait to be married. And then now you say, man, I wish. And here's the problem. And I'm going to say this. There are times something that you used to admire in your relationship as, oh, he's so cute, right? Those are the same thing later on, now that you are married, get on your last nerve. Let me give you an example. I love her. You know why? Because she's quiet. And you love that about her. You can tell her whatever you want to say to her. She is quiet. And now you married that person. And there's a fight between the two of you. She remains quiet, but now she can stay quiet for 3 weeks.
But I think that's the thing. And I think that's exactly the point I was going to make. I think sometimes we let things slide. Yeah. Excuse me. We let things slide, not realizing it is part of their personality. And that's the key. It is part of that person. That is who that person is somewhere along the line. So you can't change anybody. And I think we need to understand that. There are certain things we can, make better. There are certain things that can probably get better. But the core of who you are, of who that person is or who you are, you can't change. You could make some, little things here and there, but the core of who you are does not change. And as there are things in the beginning, you think, oh, I don't think that's who they are. I think it's just something, it's a phase, or maybe it's this moment, but then you just make excuses. And then when you get deeper in the relationship and you're like, damn, that is who that person is. I can't deal with this. Or maybe at that time, you didn't even give it that much thought. And then as the relationships start getting more or less serious, and there's a possibility that you may, or that person may want to be with you for the long run, and you start thinking about every little thing that you don't like about this person. And then it's because you realize, I don't really want to be with this person.
Yes. Yeah. And that's And that's a problem that many of us, whether men or women were in relationship at some point or another, we're faced with. And tonight we're having this conversation so we can, learn more about it. If you or someone if you've been in that space, what are you learning? That you can now say, okay, well, this is what happened to me. Because Kat just, basically, sum it all up. When she said, and I know we all been talking about that, you realize that you don't like that person, and I also mentioned that earlier. You realize that you don't like that person, but then you still love that person. How do you walk away from someone that you still feel love for? And yet, there's so many things that this person does that.
I think at the end, it comes down to, are you happy? Is this making me, am I happy with this person? And I have to keep coming back to the same thing. Mm-hmm. If it's really that much of a problem for you, you keep
you're frozen, Kat.
Replaying it in your head, you're not happy. Those things are that important to you. So therefore you can't be in that relationship because it's not fair to you and it's not fair to that person.
Yeah.
So you're living a lie. So sooner or later, it's not going to work. You're either going to blow off. I mean, you're going to blow. And the person is going to be like, whoa, where is this coming from? And because you've been sitting on it and you're thinking, okay, maybe I can make this work. So at the end of the day, it is a problem. You don't love this person. You don't love this person. You can tolerate the person, but you don't have a love to be in a relationship.
So are you saying basically, I'm so sorry. Are you saying basically, so you cannot love, you cannot love someone and yet you can, you're not able to say, you shouldn't say that you don't like that person if you love that person?
No, you can say, I don't like certain things that you do.
Okay.
But the core,
not the person itself.
I love you. I still want to be with you. You know, it's like we say, oh, even when he makes me mad, I still want to be with him. That's great.
Yeah.
That is somebody that you love.
Okay.
But if I'm okay with you not being around, then yeah, no.
But at the same time, based on what you just said, I was reading in the comment of Merd saying narcissist. There are those relationships as well. Being in a relationship with a narcissist it's like the word trauma bond. It's not that because you both went into some trauma and you bonding and then you consoling each other. Is basically the person is a narcissistic person. One minute they putting you down and you're not happy, you feel miserable, you don't like what they're doing, and the next day they are telling you they love you, they're buying you dinner, they're doing this and that, and then next thing you know, you fall in love again. And it's like an up and down, like Monday was just showing, an up and down type of relationship. So those are what you're calling the trauma bond type of relationship, where you're bonding with someone that is controlling your emotion, controlling your feelings, and you don't even recognize where you start. What's your feeling? Because you're just going based on what they're giving you, and you're stuck in that relationship, and then you're afraid to leave it. At the same time, you love them. So that itself is part of that. What Merd was saying, narcissistic relationship, which they call trauma bond.
Yeah, the thing is with narcissists, I'm glad that people are talking about it. It's something that's always been there, but I'm glad that right now we're giving light to it, we're recognizing it. We also acknowledge it's not just men, there's also women who are like that. And yes, it has a lot to do with your upbringing and who you are. And, like I told people, most of my clients, I tell them one of the worst thing, with narcissists is the fact that you don't know where you stand with them. They can be madly in love with you today, bringing you flowers, buying you ice cream, telling you how good you are, right? And then tomorrow, not even tomorrow, like just moment after that, you see this other person that's standing in front of you that you don't recognize. So the challenge with many of us who are in relationship or who've been in a relationship with narcissists is that we are always craving for that love, right? We know this person is capable of loving you, right? You know that. So you want this love so bad, then you don't know what to do to make this person come back to that stage. So you constantly working yourself, and until, you know, it really destroys you one way or another. If you don't
But coach, that's what we call an unhealthy relationship, right? So I think we have to also understand
yes.
a narcissist and somebody that you are, you don't like, are two different things. So let's not compare the two too much. Also, I just want to say that, because people that are, I may not like you, I may not like my mom for a minute, I may not like my sister for a minute, or for however long, but I still love them. I'm not. So I think we need to understand the difference there.
That we're not. This is not narcissist. You're right. We're talking about loving and liking, but we also went onto the conversation about narcissists. So I wanted to clarify what narcissist.
Right. Yeah. No. But that's why, and I want people to be clear on that, because somebody may use that as an excuse. And if you can't force somebody to love you. You cannot force anybody to love you. If this person is showing you, and I think at the end of the day, we should know what love is and what love feels like, right? You shouldn't be on your tippy toes walking on eggshells. Oh my God, that's not love. That's not a loving relationship. That is somebody, you're being a slave to someone. But we need to understand, if you don't love somebody, you can't force somebody to love you. And if that's the case, then that's unhealthy.
No, but what you say is quite correct, Kattia. But however, there are the other side where you're coming from a life where you don't know what love is, so you become dependent. It could be hurt from the past or childhood trauma that was never healed, and you become in a relationship and you're mistaking that interaction with that narcissist person as love, because they do show. It's not that it's pure hate or they mistreat you, they curse you out all the time. They keep you in a loop where you have to stay with them. One minute they could show you the kind of love that you feel like you never felt before. And then a couple of days later, they're doing something that really you don't like. And you can say, I don't like when they do this. I dislike them. So that's where the love and hate or dislike, whichever the word we're using today, comes from. So it all comes from every aspect of type of relationship and type of love that displays in front of you if you're not a healing person.
Yeah, I think we really do need to make the difference though, between the topic tonight and narcissist. For the simple fact is, it's not, the topic is really focusing on loving someone and at the same time feeling that I don't like that person. That means I don't like certain things that person does. I don't like, maybe the way they eat, maybe the way, they dress, or maybe the way they do certain things, but yet you still love that person. When you are in a narcissistic relationship, it's a totally different vibration, totally different, because your life is upside down, and that it's not the love and the dislike, at the same time. That's not what it is. A narcissist is much stronger, it's much deeper, and it's an emotional roller coaster that really take you to a whole different space. And that, it's not a place that I don't wish on anyone, but unfortunately, many of us go through that. Mm-hmm. But being in a relationship, when you say, I'm in love with my husband, right? But boy, I hate when he does this, so I don't like when he does this. You see, that's different. That's different. And that's what we want to focus on. When you have this love for this person, and at the same time, boy, like Monday was saying, that 5 minutes thing, doesn't work.
You got to focus on the positive. You got to focus on the positive. Did you get to where you needed to get to? Come to me. Did we come to each other?
Yeah. You know,
Like I said, I'm keeping it PG-13. I'm not even going hard.
we passed PG-13 right now. Kat.
I
We
didn't
passed
get to
that.
R. Did I get to R, guys? Did I say anything that was R-rated? No, I was strictly PG-13.
Mr. Mundy wasn't. He went straight to the side.
I'm fine.
No, sorry, that's us.
No, that was actually PG.
Marvin said 300 seconds is a long time. Yes, Marvin. Yes, Marvin. But anywho, I mean, listen, I mean, just to touch base on that, I do seriously think that, you know, the precursor to it all, you know, if we're having fun, sometimes it's not just the actual act, it's the whole thing. So sometimes we say it, right? Before we even start physically touching each other, we started making love to each other. So that could have been over 45 minutes. And by the time, you know, we do our 2 minutes would have been like, you know, it's like.
Kattia has played the whole scene for us. Come on, Kat, let's see.
I'm gonna show my age, guys. Remember that commercial?
Yeah, the girl when he fell off. Don't do that.
What she's
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's Harry Met Sally or something like that.
Yeah, but there was a commercial when the lady was washing her hair.
Showing what an orgasm is.
Yeah, when there was a commercial when she was washing her hair and the other lady was in disbelief because the lady was making like all these orgasmic sounds. And then the lady just looked over and said, I want to have what she's having.
No, actually, it was a movie they took that from.
Yeah, when Harry Met Sally, yeah. But so sometimes, you know, 2 minutes is all you need. But this can't be every single time, you know. Yeah.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
We're not going to talk about the 2 minutes, man. This is a different conversation. So I'm going to read to you these lyrics, and I need you guys to give me your feedback. This is a very popular song from Celine Dion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the song that she did with Pavarotti. I love you, but I hate you.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and the lyrics, she said, I like to run away from you. And then, but if I were to leave you, I would die. I'd like to break the chains you put around me.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I'll never try.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes in and saying, no matter what you do, you drive me crazy. I'd rather be alone. But then my life would be so empty as soon as you are gone. Impossible to live with you. But if I could never leave without you. And then they come together and say, I never, never, ever want to be in love with anyone but you. Now, is that a dysfunctional song or is that a lovable song?
That is a loving. It's also like the song Luther Vandross. I'd rather be oh my God, I was just singing the song yesterday because I was listening to it. To be something without than to be in love with someone else, than to be in love with somebody. But it's the same thing. That is love. That is love. But it can be a love that is destroying you. So we're gonna put our own thinking into it that is the kind of love you want to have with somebody. When they're not with you, you miss them, even though they get on your nerves. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we all want that. Yeah. We all want that.
How about you, Vanya? What you thinking? I know you love that song.
No, it sounds good. It sounds more like passion.
Yes.
Yes. It's passion that you desire. You want. You can't stand in 1 minute and the next you want to throw them on the floor.
All right, Vanya, you're a flop person. Okay. Only the 5 minutes man, Katya is a 2 minutes woman, and you're the flop person.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Do not go on Facebook and say Buddy's a 5 minute man. Please don't say that. Do not say that.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to tell Kit that I'm sorry. Oh,
Oh, here it is. I'd rather have bad times with you than to be in love with somebody else.
Mhm,
I had to
Mhm.
look at that because I was listening. I just love that song.
mhm.
oh my gosh,
I don't know
God,
about
guys,
that. Bad time can really be. I'm not for the bad time anymore. Forget it.
No,
I'm
but see, that
not
goes to show
for it
you.
anymore. I am
No.
not signing up.
No, but listen, again, we're keeping it PG and that relationship. We're not talking about you having other women or me having other men. We're not talking about anything crazy like that. We're talking about
That's
regular
what I-
little normal bad times. You know, I don't want to argue about certain things. That's my bad time. I'm not talking. Don't.
Yeah.
No, man.
Yeah, we really do need to be mindful as to what we're going to allow into our relationships.
Mm.
Because those little things eventually, and I remember saying that when we first started, they add up, and before you know it, you are falling out of love because your focus is on the things that you don't like. When you
Mhm.
talk about this person, you said, well, I don't like this about this person. When you share with your friends about this person, when you tell your family, when you tell yourself something over and over again, guess what? You start to believe it, and then it's going to manifest. So be mindful about the words that we say when we talk about the people that we love. You may not like something about him or about her, but if you love that person enough, remember, whatever that you don't like about them is there to teach you a lesson. So instead of trying to fix them, find out why is it this person is emphasizing on this thing. Because when you spend time trying to understand, well, why is it that I don't like this? You'll find out that this is your strength. You just have been ignoring it, but it is your strength. So don't get quickly, upset because you are telling yourself you don't like something. The things that we say that we don't like are usually the things that are good for us, that are our strength. We're just too afraid to approach them because we don't know what the result is going to be like. So embrace the people that you love and like them enough to be friends with them as well. As you all know, I always emphasize on
Thinking about friends, coach, there's a great opportunity where people can come together and gather together and make great connection and perhaps make some friendship that might have some good and bad habits. Tell us a little bit about December 10th and what's expected, what's happening, coach, before we leave.
Yes. Guys, remember December 10th in Fort Lauderdale. If you guys have not bought your ticket yet, guess what? Hurry up and do so. And if for those of you who need your room, I've got some great news. I'm going to follow up with you guys this week. And in the meantime, if you do not know how to get to that party, go on my Facebook page, my Relationship Go official page, and also Maggie Kunsky Facebook page.com, right? Or Facebook/Maggie Kunsky. You will find there's a the website to purchase the ticket and the flyer. I pinned them right there for you guys to have access to them. And if you still cannot find them, go on my page and get my phone number. You can call me. I will send it to you via Messenger. There's no reason for you guys not to join that party. You know why? First of all, for those of you who've been to a masquerade ball, you know you're going to have fun because this is going to be entertaining.
And guess who's going to be there?
Yes. For those of you who have been to a masquerade, you do not want to miss of an opportunity once in a lifetime, because next year, this time, you don't know where you're going to be. You don't know if you're going to be here. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what your health is going to be like. So don't postpone, because for me, procrastination is not something that I entertain. And I always tell people, you don't know what tomorrow is going to be like. So stop planning for tomorrow that is not promised. Okay. The other thing is that, ladies, we go to the beauty salon and we spend $200 to get our hair done and our nails done. Don't tell me this ticket price is too expensive for you, because we buy things that are so damn expensive. We choose what we want to spend money on. But I'm asking you to invest in yourself in this event, because I know you're going to get out something from this that's going to stay with you for the rest of your life. Most people who know me know that I don't do anything small. Yes, go ahead. I own the name. I have no problem owning it. But at the same token, I want you guys to come and celebrate with us. I want you guys there. I don't want you guys to watch it on social media, because guess what? It's not going to be on social media. You're going to see little clips and things. It will be on my channel on Exposure Network TV, but it will not be on social media. So if you guys want to share that moment with us, it's your opportunity. Go on my page if you don't have the link. Get your ticket. Let's go and have fun. I can't wait to see you guys in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, because let me tell you, you're going to have one heck of a time.
So with this, we just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for welcoming us into your home. We had a wonderful time. Hopefully you had as much fun as we did here on the platform, and we want to invite you to come back next week at this very time for another episode here on Facebook. Until next time,
Hashtag.
remember,
Hashtag.
OMD, everybody,
Yes.
OMD,
Let me
OMD.
acknowledge Lucia. Yes, Lucia, Linda. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, guys. Mer, thank you guys for joining us. I so appreciate you, Marvin. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, Nico. I so love you. Thank you, Miss Vava, Cynthia. Oh my gosh, and everybody else. Miss Nico, mwah. I love you. And everybody else who's watching. And those of you who are not showing, you know, your name on stage, I know that you guys are there because you reach out to me and tell me what you learned from the show. Lisbeth, I see you. And Cricket, thank you guys. Linda, oh my goodness, let me tell you, there's so many of you. If I miss, you know, I didn't call out your name, I love you. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Please share the video.
And don't forget to say a special hi to those who are watching in Haiti right now. So we do have some listeners who are actually viewers who are actually watching the show in Haiti. So nous voulons dire nous sac passé. Maggie, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Moi aller dans Facebook et puis moi joindre que dans research il y a un paquet monde en Haïti qui a regardé show. So moi réellement vinn dire nous merci parce que nous supportez nous et t'as aimé m'a dit qui joue qui date, mais très bientôt n'a considéré un show en créole pour haïtiens yo capable participer et puis pour nous inviter plus de monde. So merci encore. Of course, I have my people in New York. New York really support, and Florida, and I mean, I have places, people all over the place. I really did not know. From New Orleans, from North Carolina, South Carolina, we have Raleigh, Durham. We have people from Chicago, the DMV, and Philly. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I am so thankful. I'm really thankful for the love, and my team love you guys back. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to Grandma So.
Yes,
He is really
sharing like crazy, Guma said, for people too. Yes, yes, and everybody
big
else.
piece.
Love you guys. Next
Au
time.
revoir.
Yes, have a wonderful night.